Hello, you're on Dysfunctional.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Shawn, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We're loving that you're calling the show.
Oh my God, I am like so excited.
I'm excited. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
We're doing great.
How you been?
I'm great. I'm good. Chilling.
All right.
Out here in sunny California.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
jealous. I'm jealous.
the weather
Yeah.
sucks in Jersey.
You should be.
Yeah, you're
We
living
all
in that
suck in Jersey.
living in that big house with all that fucking scary movie money.
Yes, I am. You got that right, buddy.
He even got a fucking in-ground pool and a fucking jacuzzi put in on that part 3 and part 4 that he had nothing to do with.
Say that one more time.
I was saying, part 3 and part 4, you got paid, so you put
I
in
had nothing to do with that. I'm not sitting on that money.
Yeah. Oh,
Only
my
the
God.
first two.
So I just want to go back a little bit, in your story because and I know you want to promote your stand up and everything. We'll take care of all that for you. But I just I wanted to know what it was like growing up with 9 brothers and sisters.
It was a lot of fun. It was very tough. There was a lot of let's say we didn't have much, and I would do it all again if I knew it was going to come out like it came out.
Right.
God bless.
That's very cool. Was it your parents?
Now, if I didn't think that we was going to turn out to be nothing and we was going to stay there, I don't know if I'd do it all again.
Was it because you weren't so well off that you guys decided to try and get into TV and movies and stuff? Was your parents like pushing you towards that a little bit, or?
No, I wish they would have pushed us toward it. We got spankings for no reason, which I thought it was stupid. Like Joe Jackson was smart; he actually beat his kids into success. I wish my parents actually spanked us, teaching us comedy while they spanked us. We'd be even funnier.
Oh my God! So did you get to listen to like Pryor or Murphy or any of those?
Yeah.
So
yes, I grew up watching Richard Pryor. I grew up watching my brother watch Richard Pryor. So Keenan was a big Richard Pryor fan. I was a baby, and I just knew this dude on TV used to make him really happy, and he would always be studying him. And I would study my brother studying Richard Pryor.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. See, and I grew up watching Cosby. It's a good thing I didn't follow after him.
I actually grew up on Cosby too. I grew up on the Fat Albert Kids.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the people that grew up under Cosby that had the problem.
Well, yeah, the people under Cosby, that's a whole nother problem. Get in line.
So I kind of think of you guys as like the Jacksons of comedy, because you're kind of like the big family.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
We love the Jacksons. We grew up on them. They knocked the door down for successful black family. So yeah, we used to love the Jacksons.
So how many of you
Still do.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said still do.
Oh, great. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of strange towards the end, the way he changed his body, but he could still sing and dance like crazy.
Yeah, that didn't take away his talent.
Right.
Nope,
that was one talented white man.
So someone told me that most of you guys are in show business somehow, right?
I wouldn't say, well, a lot of us are, because you got the first generation and then you have the nephews and nieces who grew up underneath us, so they're in show business as well.
That's awesome. I saw Damon Jr. on TV one time.
Yeah, Junior is in it. He looks just like his dad.
Yeah,
he
I saw
actually
that.
looks like his dad and me had a baby. Kind of sick, but if you look at him, you're like, hey.
So I saw that you named one of your children after Marlon. Do you have to have like another 8 kids now so you can name them after everybody?
No, I never made that deal with nobody else. Thank God. Or I'll be catching up to my father, Howell.
Yeah. There's not a Shawn Jr. in the works then, huh?
No, there's not. Well, there is a Shawn Jr. It's just he didn't come out of my loins. He came out of Mom's.
So I read that you guys were Jehovah's Witnesses at one point. How old were you when you had to deal with that?
We grew. How do you deal with that? Did you get rid of that thing?
Yeah, exactly.
We grew up Jehovah's Witness.
Really?
Our dad was Jehovah's Witness. That was his religion. So he didn't really enforce it too much on us, so we kind of got a good balance. But you know, my mother wasn't Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
That was her religion.
So did you guys
I'm
have
not a Jehovah's Witness?
Did you guys have a Christmas tree?
That's what she worshipped every day, was not Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
Okay.
So do you guys have a Christmas tree at all, or never?
No, we had Christmas trees. My mother, like I said, my mother's religion was not Jehovah's Witness. My father was Jehovah's Witness. So I never got presents from my dad
I was just gonna say.
on Christmas, but my mother would buy me presents.
I bet you'd scare the shit out of some of the houses in the neighborhood if 10 of you went knocking on the door at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
I know we would. we used to get cursed out by the people in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So our dad would wake people up at 6.
Yeah.
And then, yo, you better tell your father to stop knocking on my door.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So how did it come about that a bunch of you guys decided to get into acting and movies and comedy, or did it just happen?
It just kind of happened. I mean, we all love to get the laugh, you know. And I don't know if it's from us having 10 kids and wanting attention, and you know, that was the way we got attention, was through humor. And it all started inside of the house around the dinner table, and then we would take it to school, and all of us was the class clown, so that was a good sign.
Right.
For success. We was making the teachers laugh. We were just working out our material. The more places we got sent to detention, the better we thought our stuff was. Like, we ended up first we got the principal hating us, then we got a few police officers hating us, so we knew we was on our way to something great.
Yeah, I used to be the class clown, and the only reason I did it was so I didn't get my ass kicked.
That was smart. We did that too. We made the bullies laugh. That was cool. So yeah, all of our stuff was it was very versatile. We knew what we was doing back then.
Now, was it before you started doing movies? Did you do stand up then, or have you come into that since that you got started?
Yeah, I started doing stand up at 17 years old. I was in my last year of high school in New York City, and I was coming out for the summertime while my brother was shooting I'ma Get You Sucker, him and Damon. And I promised myself that during that summer, before I went back to New York to finish high school, I would do stand-up comedy. And I did. So I went to the Laugh Factory, put my name in a hat, and I got on stage and tried my stuff out, and never looked back.
Were there any famous comedians that inspired your career?
Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. Those were the two.
We covered that just now.
Yeah, those were the two biggest inspirations in comedy for me. We also used to watch. Used to love Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis and I Love Lucy and Jackie Gleason and Art Carney. Like, I watched all that stuff. The Monsters, all those shows was very inspirational to us too.
We just had Eddie Munster on the show 2 weeks ago.
No way. Does he still got that widow's peak?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually he bought a house and he's converting it to the Monster House.
Are you serious? That's so cool.
It was his grandmother's house.
It's his grandma. He bought his grandmother's house he grew up in, and it's haunted. So he's doing. You can pay $250, and you can go in there and spend the weekend with him, and look for ghosts.
Wow, that's that's pretty cool and creepy at the same time. Now, does he still have all his hair, or he just has the widow's peak, and then in the middle it's gone?
I don't think it's gone, right?
No, he still has some hair.
Hair, but he's
See, anybody with a widow's peak always has hair. Like, you can just always brush that back. It's like a comb back.
Yeah.
I got one.
They're like 105 years old and they've got hair around the edge still.
Yeah, he's still got all his hair.
Oh my God.
He got a little widow's peak down below too.
So when you guys did In Living Color, I didn't even know you were DJ SW1. I didn't even know that was you. So
yeah, that was me.
So you
Good job
did
with
you
the
grow up
research,
DJing and stuff like that?
Say that again.
I said, so did you grow up DJing, learn how turntables and stuff like that?
Did I have a pair of turntables in my mother's stomach while I was?
Yeah.
No, not really. DJ for JJ? No, that was not.
When did you start DJing?
At like 15, my brother bought me a DJ equipment. Damon was like an unbelievable DJ.
Was he?
When I was a kid, like growing up, Damon was like Damon could have been like a professional. He could have been a music producer like Dre or something.
Oh wow!
And he just chose not to go that route. But he was incredible. And as he got into comedy, he kind of like he wasn't using his equipment, so he gave it to me. So I started there, and I wasn't really that great, but I got lucky on In Living Color.
Yeah, right.
They needed it. They needed a DJ on that show,
right.
And they had one, but he didn't fit with the Fly Girls. He was a really good DJ, but he didn't fit the look. And one of the producers suggested me, and they hired me as the DJ.
Was the other guy a white guy?
No, he's black.
Oh, okay.
Why do I look like I can take a white guy's place? Like,
well, you can definitely, on the income scale, you can definitely take all of us. Shit! Oh my God. So I guess Keenan was the first one who got into acting and movie making with "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," and he kind of brought you guys in, and that was like a group project, or?
Well, no. Well, Keenan started. He started as a stand-up comedian way back in the 70s. He quit college his last year of college to go pursue a career in stand-up comedy, and then from that point on, he moved out to L.A. and he started, working the circuit out there. And he met Robert Townsend, and those guys got together and started writing and working together, and they ended up doing Hollywood Shuffle.
Right.
Then after Hollywood Shuffle, he produced Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
With Eddie.
Right. Remember that.
And then he wrote "I'ma Get You, Sucker" for him to direct, and that was his big break. And after "I'ma Get You, Sucker" hit, Fox called him in to meet with him, and he thought it was for movies, and they wanted him to do a TV show. And at the time, he didn't really want to do TV. And it was like, well, you could do anything you want. And he was like, anything I want? He's like, anything you want. You could do what you want to do. That's what where the "you could do what you want to do" came from.
Right.
Was them telling him you could do what you want to do.
I got a funny story about In Living Color. I grew up in England, so we used to get bootleg tapes of American TV shows, and the two that I used to watch were Saturday Night Live and In Living Color. We actually had VHS tapes mailed across the Atlantic, and then we had to go get a machine to change the format.
Wow, you were
NTSC
really
PAL.
desperate for a laugh, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, how depressing! How depressing is it to be over in London with no sun?
Well, you know what? There was no black people on TV in England at that point.
Well, there's no black people on TV at that point either here in the States.
So
we were some of the first.
So I got you know what? You guys is one of my favorite shows. It launched so many. You guys were already going, but it just brought it up by 100%, 200%. Everybody knew who you were. You're recognizable. You got all these crazy people now with making movies. It's awesome, that show. That show did.
It was an awesome show. It was a great time for me as a young up and coming comedian actor, and it was my comedy college.
So who hooked up with Rosie Perez during that time? You or Damon or Keenan?
Nobody. Nobody I knew of.
No.
I didn't know Rosie's business. She was very sweet to me though. She was a nice young lady, and I didn't really I didn't know her of a JJ's business, but I'm sure she was happy.
Oh my God! So Keenan is doing a lot more producing and directing. I saw that you've been producing and directing a lot of TV shows for kids. Is that something you're passionate about, doing kid stuff?
I am. I do have a passion to do some kids stuff because I was fortunate enough to grow up on stuff like the Cosby Kids and Charlie Brown. Those were great evergreen properties that taught kids a lot of life lessons, and it was a good feeling. Made you feel like everything was going to be okay. And so when I was younger, I always wanted to kind of do a show like Fat Albert and Charlie Brown. So that's kind of where the Boo Crew came from. Is me wanting to come up with something cool for this generation of kids and teach them life lessons through humor and music. So that's what Boo Crew is about.
Right. Now Netflix is out, and you can make like uncensored cartoons now. Is that anything you'd ever be interested in doing, and like an adult style? comedy?
Actually, yeah, I'm working on one now.
Oh, exclusive. No. We won't tell anybody.
Oh, and I really can't say what it is, but just, we're working on some stuff.
That's very cool, man. I hear about the secret room that all you brothers and sisters go into and you brainstorm.
The lab.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because your PR lady sent me your thing, and it mentioned the lab, and she sent me somebody else's paper, and it mentioned the lab exactly the same.
Wow, hilarious. So someone broke into our lab.
Yeah.
And
I would pay to be a fly on the wall for a day in that lab. It's got to be the funniest fucking place.
It's a real hoot. It's not really a lab. It's any. We all have a designated spot in each one of our houses that we work from.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like this little underground basement thing with Gollum and the guys letting you in. It's like my house and the little office space in my house, or Keenan's house. He has a little office with a screen. I
had in my mind, the lab out of the Muppet Show. The Muppet Show.
No.
Oh my God. I remember that when I first came to the States the first time, the movie Mo Money was out.
Yes. You came back. So you've been here about 25 years now.
Yeah. That was such a great movie. Like I said, I'd only seen sneak-in copies of In Living Color.
Why didn't you just wait for the cassette to fly across the pond and
watch it there? You know what it is a lot of those movies at the time we'd only get big movies, quote unquote. So we wouldn't get those movies. But then when other companies started producing VHS tapes in England, we got everything. We got stuff you guys got in the theater. It went straight to video in England because no one knew who the actors were, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I'm Going to Get You Sucker. I didn't ever see that at the movie theater, but I saw it on VHS in England. And, so that's how I got to learn that. But I actually saw that after I saw Mo Money. So.
Oh, wow. So that came first before Mo Money over here.
Right. Exactly.
I think if I'm Gonna Get You Sucker was released today, they'd probably put it out in the theaters overseas.
Oh, yeah, for definite. The star power in that movie? Oh, my God.
They got a lot of, I noticed over in Europe they have a lot of soul. You guys are up on a lot of the stuff that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're still listening to, like, the Blues Brothers.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm serious. The Blues Brothers is like a cult in England.
Really?
Yeah. Like a cult. I saw you had a bit of extra work in MacGyver and hanging with Mr. Cooper. How cool was that? Cool?
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I was building my little resume up and got to work with Gyvey and do my thing on Mr. Cooper. I was actually In Living Color was about to end. We was about to leave In Living Color, so I was trying to line up my next flow. And
then Don't Be a Menace to South Central came along.
Well,
and you
it
guys
didn't come along. I
mean?
pulled it out of my ass.
Yeah, you wrote it. Well, let me tell you something. If I could pull something like that out of my ass, I'd be a fucking millionaire. Because that movie,
I'd stay with you
from start to finish, is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. I could still watch it today. I bought the Blu-ray when it came out. It's just awesome.
Thank you. That came from me saying A Living Color was ending, and I wasn't going to be known as SW1 for the rest of my life.
Why not?
Let me do stuff. Well, it's okay to be known for that in addition to your other work, but I don't want to be that guy like, where are they now? SW1, the story. He was the DJ riding high, but no, he just gets high.
Now he's doing my cousin's bar mitzvah.
Right, exactly.
But
so,
my favorite. My favorite thing in that movie was the cheeseburgers. I'm sorry, that was just fucking hysterical.
Thank you. Well, what happened was I was, remember I told you I was on the set when Keenan was shooting I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and I was just this little kid, so happy to see his brother doing these big things, him and Damon. It was, they were great to watch, great role models, and I got inspired, like when I was seeing him put that movie together. I said, one day I want to make a movie like this, and, Don't Be a Menace was that one, came up with that idea and wrote it. Me and my writing partner, Phil Bowman,
right.
locked ourselves in a room and wrote that.
Was there any talk of any kind of sequel?
A sequel to Don't Be a Menace?
Yeah.
No, there hasn't been no talk of a sequel.
I don't know about the story, but the characters were just so awesome.
It was fun, man. Yeah. It was fun. Maybe. You know, you never know. Nowadays, like, the retro is in.
Right.
I think the Don't Be a Menace fans would appreciate it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So the next thing you guys did was the Wayans brothers, right?
Yeah, I that was funny. That was a great show.
So we did. Thank you. We did the Wayans brothers at the same time as Menace. Okay. Let's see what happened. With Menace, we was writing Don't Be a Menace, and then we shot a pilot for the Wayans brothers, which was originally shot for NBC.
So it wasn't shot for the WB. It ended up on the WB because NBC didn't pick it up because they didn't like the father who we cast. We cast John Witherspoon.
He's funny.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, I know.
It was funny.
They want us to get a new dad, and we was like, no, this is the guy.
Let me tell you something. John Witherspoon in House Party as the dad.
Oh
my
the
God!
Best.
He's taking a shit with his kid in there. Oh my God!
Oh, isn't he hilarious? you got to coordinate.
Yeah.
See, you got to coordinate. Bang, bang, bang. I love that man. He added so much to that show. We had so much fun.
And you wrote that? You co-wrote that show?
Yeah, I co-created it. Me and Mullen created it together.
Yeah, it was a funny show.
Yeah, it was hysterical.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So I guess the next big thing was Scary Movie, right?
Next thing was Scary Movie. That's right.
Which is awesome. Again,
thank you.
You guys, I wrote this down before. You guys can spoof anything and make it funny.
Thank you.
I'd like to see you spoof a comedy movie and fucking improve it.
That's the one thing we wouldn't spoof because it's already a comedy. So
right. I know. I realize.
Although I've seen people do it and it comes out horrible.
Right. Why do they keep? You work in Hollywood. Can you explain to me why they're remaking the good movies and not the shit ones that need improving?
I'm honestly, I can't even tell you. Like, why you saying? Why are they doing remakes? I don't.
Of good movies. Like, let's Total Recall is a great movie. Okay, I understand it's dated now, but it's still got a cult following. Why would you remake that?
Because I think maybe they have a vision to make it better than the first one. Because technology is so much further along,
right.
You can actually do things to make things much cooler. So a much cooler visual experience.
Right.
Where they fall short sometimes is the execution of the story and the script. But you know, they keep pushing. You know, they might get it right and you know hit it out of the park and make people want to see some cool remakes.
Don't you think that certain movies, the way they are is just, it doesn't matter if the effects were bad. It's just like, look at Evil Dead or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can tell I'm into crazy movies. But, you know, all those movies, we know they're dated, but we love them because we grew up with them. So please don't remake them.
Yeah, no, I get it. And some things, definitely, I would definitely not touch certain things.
Right.
But unfortunately, I'm not Mr. Hollywood. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Yeah, but he's got a 6-bedroom tree, so.
Yeah, right.
Well, hey, you know.
So, Scary Movie was great. The scene with the big bush when he I'm sorry, it's just hysterical. And then you guys made the sequel. Did they want you to do part 3 and part 4, or was that just the movie companies just cashing in on the name, and you guys were like, we've done the best we can, we don't want to ruin it at this point?
Well, the thing is, they was rushing us. We was rushed into the second one, which we regretted, and so we learned our lesson from that. We didn't like that process. The first one was fun to make. The second one was very difficult to make.
Right.
First one, we got to take our time. It took 3 years to make it from start to the time we put it out. The second one was we only had a year from the time we said yes to the time it came out in the theater.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes.
How did you write that? Did you just take all the stuff you were going to put in part 1?
It was hard as hell.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was very difficult. And so, you know, after that experience, we said, you know what? Not that we'll never do a sequel again. We're just not going to rush to do it.
Right.
Well, they wanted us to rush and do a third one, and we was like, nah.
Right.
You
It's
don't
kind of
wanna do
like
that.
it's kind of like the Scream sequels that obviously Scary Movie was based a little bit on. They banged 4 of them out because they made millions and millions of dollars, so now they're going to throw another one out.
Yeah, and it's not that we couldn't have did a great third one. It's just we wanted to take our time. We wanted to give the audience something special.
Right.
And they were like, either do it or get out of here. And so they moved on.
It's all about money.
And that's how you guys ended up with 3, 4, and 5.
I don't think I even watched
funny, scary movie.
I'd rather break out the Scary Movie DVD and watch that than even watch the sequels. Number 2 was pretty good, but you could tell that your writing and your ad libs and stuff weren't in those the later ones. You could just tell. They tried.
Yeah.
They
tried though.
Yeah,
they tried to keep it Wayans-y, but it didn't.
They just
really work.
They just threw in a ton of shitty cameos to try and make it sell, and that was about it.
Yeah, I think though they tricked the audience though on the third one. I think they got y'all thinking that it was us.
Yeah, I think they probably put clips from the old ones in the trailer or something.
No, they just didn't promote the fact that we had nothing to do with it.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah. So then White Chicks came along, and that again.
Oh my God, one of my favorite movies.
Thank you.
I love it.
This interview's going well. It's this movie was great. Thank you. This movie was great.
My daughter's favorite.
No, for real. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's, we worked really hard. We could take checks just like everybody else, but we trying to deliver some decent stuff. So.
Are you and Marlon got any movies in the works?
I'm writing one right now. Me and Keenan's writing one.
Okay. Awesome. Is it a spoof or is it something original?
No, it's just a regular movie.
Oh, that's cool. Are you ever going to do any? I don't want to say serious acting. You know what I mean? Drama.
You mean dramatic?
Yeah.
If the right part comes up, I'll stay open, but it's not my passion.
Right.
My passion is comedy.
Yeah. I think I watch these shows and you guys can act. It's not like you're just pulling stuff and just doing the humor. You act. You can act. I'd like to see you have a crack at something that gets an Oscar nomination. That would be very cool.
Thank you. That would be cool. But,
yeah, I'd like to see that.
If something like that comes along, I'm definitely open to it. But that ain't what my focus is. My focus is on trying to make the world laugh. I think we need that. I think we need that more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and we need movies like Don't Be a Menace, that kind of humor, because some of the lame ass Dr. Dolittle shit that's out now. Yeah.
Thank you, and we're working on stuff.
And
don't judge Eddie Murphy or no Dr. Dolittle. He gave us a lot of classics.
Of course.
I was gonna say, well, that's your favorite.
Well,
one of your favorites.
Did you ever get to see
Eddie
the
Murphy.
Beverly Hills Cop?
Of course.
The pilot.
Beverly Hills Cop.
No, the pilot.
1 and 2.
Yeah, no, the pilot they made for. I think it was for CBS.
No, I didn't get.
Yeah, no one's got it, but apparently he made a pilot and the CBS didn't pick it up, and now he's looking for a movie script. He's rejected like 100 scripts. He wants it to be perfect because number 3 he says sucked.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
He's trying to do something. He wants to do something great. He's the one of the best to ever do it. He's great, and it takes more than just him being great. He needs great material.
Right. Coming to America is one of my favorites. Trading Places, Beverly Hills.
48
Right.
hours.
48 hours.
48 hours
all
was
those
fucking great.
Nutty Professor.
Nutty
of course.
Professor.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Really fun.
I'm not sure about another 48 hours, but that wasn't bad.
No, another 48 hours was good too.
Another 48 hours
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That was
It wasn't
actually pretty
horrific.
good.
It wasn't horrific.
No, it was pretty good.
I think when
thought it
Eddie
was good.
Murphy had kids, he started doing the PG-13 stuff. I think it kind of lined up with that.
Coming to America was funny.
That was great.
Well, I think it wasn't only him having kids. It was also, when you get scripts sent to you, then it's easier for you to do stuff. When
Right.
they send you bad stuff, then you have a choice to either not work or try to make a chicken salad out of chicken poop.
I also think
So
that I think Hollywood knows that a movie that's rated PG-13, more people will see than a movie that's rated R.
Yes. Well, that's not really true though. Look
No?
at Deadpool.
Right. Oh yeah, that's like
So,
the first R-rated Marvel movie, and it's going crazy.
Yeah.
The one advantage you have.
And nowadays, though, that it doesn't really mean that. It's like because it's about a good movie. The
Right.
audience wants something good,
Yeah.
whether it's rated R or PG-13. They don't care. They want something good, or they're not coming.
Yeah, it's kind of different over here. I keep mentioning England. In England, we have an 18 rating, and you can't go see that unless you're 18. There's none of this accompanied by parent thing.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember the first, it was a 15-rated movie. I went with my dad. It was Beverly Hills Cop 2. And it was fine until he walked out at the Playboy Mansion and started talking to his dick. My dad's like, oh, this is a bit raunchy.
Oh, that's what he was like, yeah, that's what we want.
I've been waiting for this fucking scene.
I liked Cop 2. I thought,
it's great.
You know.
Great.
Yeah, Eddie gave us some great movies.
Yeah, also, I just want to see him come. I want to see Beverly Hills Cop 4 if it happens. I actually saw a movie poster for it, but I don't know if it was real. I mean, anyone can put them things together now. But it was on IMDb. There's a movie poster there now.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened yet. But when it happens, I'm sure he'll be great, and it'll be great.
Right. So, and then you did the Little Man and Dance flick, which were pretty popular. Little Man was cool, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
funny.
I like
Little
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at my list of stuff. Yeah, I already asked you about do you do spoofs? And you said you started doing stand-up at 17, so you've been doing it on and off the whole way through. It's not like did you stop doing it when you were doing TV, or?
I didn't stop. I just wasn't doing it as hard.
Right.
But I've always been doing it. I never stopped.
Right.
Only when I'm writing. When I was writing a couple of the films, I wasn't doing it because it was such intense writing work that I just didn't have it in me. But now I'm doing it while I'm writing my films because it's helping to make what I'm doing funnier.
Right. Now, what stand-ups do you like that are doing stand-up right now? Do you have any favorites?
I love, I love Chris Rock. I like Bill Burr. I like Chappelle. Kevin Hart.
Right.
I like Ellen DeGeneres when she was doing it. I like Roseanne Barr. I like that. I have a wide variety of comedians that I like.
Paul's all-time favorite is Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh my God,
Dice. I like Dice.
Fucking
Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison was great.
Oh, Kinison was funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a riot.
It's the story with Dice. We actually worked for Jim Norton, the comedian, and he opened for Dice. So my wife made some shirts for Dice, showed them to him, and then said, "Okay, you got to pay the money for them." He said, "Oh, just give them to me, or I'll send you a check when I get back to LA." That was 1997.
Paul's still waiting for the check.
Still waiting for the fucking check. Still waiting for the fucking check.
And the funny thing is, he wore it on his TV show.
Yeah, he fucking wore it 6 episodes out of his fucking TV show.
He had it on.
That's hilarious.
I'm like,
every single
I'm like,
episode he wore that.
That's my $300 fucking dollars.
Honey, show me your tits. Okay.
Did you ever listen to Patrice O'Neal?
I did. I thought he was really funny too.
He was great. He was so great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Very funny.
So what do you talk about in your stand-up? Do you like to talk about your life, or do you do set pieces, or short jokes, or is it a bit of everything?
I'm not really jokey, but I'm more. I talk about my life and funny things that happen. I'm a storyteller.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, are you going to be in the New York area anytime soon?
I will be in Albany, New York, sometime in March, and Syracuse, New York, in April.
No, we're talking about the area that black people live in, New York City.
Manhattan, Brooklyn, Harlem.
Yeah, all of those.
Harlem.
Any of those will be fine, even Jersey.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be there anytime soon. I was in Jersey in the summertime.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Someone told me they went to see you. Yeah, okay. Nice. We want tickets if you're near us. We'd love to see you do stand-up.
For sure. Oh, you're in Jersey?
Yeah, we're in Jersey, but we're close enough to New York City to...
I'm all confused. So this is for Ohio.
Right. But we're national,
right.
So, that's what... national. So.
I know. But you have a British accent interviewing me for Ohio, but you live in New Jersey. It's all messed up.
Yeah, right? I'm
confused.
You just described my wife's genealogy right there.
Yeah, that sounds all confused right now.
So you're going to be at the Funny Bone in Liberty, Ohio next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 26, 27, and 28. Are you on your own, or are you somebody opening? Who's there?
My niece is opening for me.
Oh wow!
That's cool. You getting her into the business, or she's been doing it for a while? Or?
Oh, she's been doing it for a long time. Her name is Shawn Wayans. She's very funny. and she's opening the show.
You guys,
I flip who opens for me from time to time. So I have a guy named Will Savins that opens for me. Then I have a guy named Jimmy O Yang. So it depends on where I'm at and who's available.
Okay. You guys are determined to take over Hollywood with your whole family, aren't you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Only for people who want to get into the business. If they want to get into the business, then we support them. But we're not like, we don't have this master plan to like take over and make the world. That's not like Dr. Evil.
What is the most normal job that any of the Wayans brothers and sisters have?
One of my sisters is a debt collector.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't come knocking on your door.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. she might call my house at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. Do they all still live back in New York City area, or is everybody spread out all over the place?
Everyone's spread out.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be at the Funny Bone in Liberty, Ohio on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. You can get tickets at 513-779-5233. And the Liberty, Ohio is close to Cincinnati, so people in Cincinnati should come on out.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered my entire life.
Well, you know what it is when we get a great guest like you, and I'll be totally honest with you, we haven't ever had a guest as great as you.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's
Thank
a
you.
chance that we'll never hear
I
from you
bet you
again.
say that to all the great guests.
Chris, can you rattle off our list of great guests we've had?
He doesn't even remember. That's horrible. You don't even remember who you had.
He remembers, but I said great. So
we had
Eddie Munster.
We had
Eddie Munster was great.
Yeah, he was one of the best.
We had you had.
I think his name is Butch something.
Patrick.
What
Butch Patrick. Yeah.
Yes, Butch Patrick.
We had Mama June from Honey Boo Boo.
Fuck off.
Okay. We're starting to go downhill.
Ginger Lynn.
No, Ginger Lynn we had.
Ginger Lynn.
What is she from?
Porno.
From
the 80s.
Yeah,
okay.
she's from the 80s.
We're sliding.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Well, we had Casey and the Sunshine Band, and Right Said Fred. We had.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
That's what we've been trying to get hold of some of the 80s and 90s and 70s bands because that's kind of.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s is always cool.
Yeah. I was just talking to the lady that represents you, and she actually represents Ricky Martin. So I'm like, okay.
That's still cool.
Yeah. He was actually on the X Factor in England about 2 months ago, trying to bring a comeback. So I don't know if it ever happened or not, but he was doing a new song and everything. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he was so huge. It's hard to get back to that same level, but he's a talented guy, so I'm sure he'll find his way.
That's like the Gangnam Style guy. He's got no fucking hope in hell of ever getting as successful as that song.
Right, exactly. Right. This guy has like a 10-year career in music, and the guy puts out Gangnam Style and has 500 million hits.
I think he put it in his music editor, pressed random, and then uploaded it to YouTube, and then.
Yeah, and boom. Look, I'm sure at some point in your life you tried to do that stupid dance.
Actually, I think we did it on the show one time when we were doing the drinking game.
Yeah, I tell you, he surpassed the Macarena in stupidity.
Yep.
Paul tried stand up once.
Yeah.
He failed miserably though.
Yeah.
Everyone fails the first time.
You know
what happened? Why?
Yeah. I mean, I was told that you need to go up there and fail 50 times before you're going to get good at it. You've got to deal with it. Don't just give up the first time.
No, you have to fail 50 times before you can actually realize that you're not going to be good for another 5,000 times.
I think he's actually reading my resume.
Yeah. So it's not really thinking after 50 you're going to be good. It's 50 is the number that lets you know, I'm going to be doing this for a while before I get a laugh.
Wow.
But you can't stop.
Of course. Why would you stop? You're only going to get better, right?
Yeah, only going to get better, hopefully, if you work hard and listen and study and have the natural talent to actually succeed in being funny.
Right.
Paul doesn't have that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think too many people, people get up there and expect results too fast, and, they're disappointed. So this is a marathon.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. And only a few make it to the finish line. That's the hardest part of it.
Yeah. Only the Kenyans make it to the finish line. You gotta be a Kenyan.
Is that like a thing for Wayans pronounced differently?
He doesn't.
No.
He doesn't get it.
You ever watched the long distance races?
Marathons.
Only the
yeah,
Kenyans are the ones that win.
Yeah. No, I thought he was saying that you had to be a Wayans brother.
That we're all Kenyans.
Yeah.
We might have some Kenyan Ivory Wayans.
Yeah. Yeah, them motherfuckers can run.
Yeah.
You guys can do comedy, so you're the marathon runners of comedy. So I mean, I gotta give you that much.
Yeah, we're the Kenyans of comedy. There's flies all around us.
That's the dead ones that don't make it. Oh
yeah, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna let you go in a sec. Can you just do one thing for us?
What's up?
Can you say this is Shawn Wayans and you're listening to the Dysfunctional Podcast?
Sure.
Whenever you're ready.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Shawn Wayans, and you are listening to the Dysfunctional Podcast. These sick bastards.
That was awesome.
Thank
Sorry
you so much.
Sorry to keep you on the phone so long.
No problem.
There's no way we were gonna just give you 10 seconds unless you hung up on us, which is.
I wouldn't do that. But thank you guys very much. Thank you for your support.
Thanks, Shawn.
Your
Thank
love.
you very much.
And then
Shawn.
you can reach Shawn on Twitter, Shawn_Wayans, thebooCrew.com. Do you have a website, Shawn, or is it just Twitter you use?
Just Twitter, really. Yeah, that's the only place you can hit me up.
Okay. And Shawn's appearing at the Funny Bone, Liberty, Ohio. And for tickets, February 26th. For tickets, 513-779-5233. Thank you so much,
guys.
Shawn. Really
Thanks, Shawn.
appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you,
Shawn.
Shawn.
So much.
All right.
Right.
Take care.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.